no money, that's an asshole. It wasn't a phase.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Senior Citizen Podcast, and today we have the pleasure of chatting with Viscaya.
What's up, what's up?
Well, 2/4 of Viscaya, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So, how you guys doing?
we're doing good. Excited for the final later today.
Yeah.
Versus Argentina, let's go Colombia, you know.
By the time this is out, the game will have been over.
Oh my God.
So,
Shoot.
betting post right now, I think Colombia's gonna win. I hope I don't make a fool of myself.
I think what's gonna happen is gonna be 2-1 Colombia winning. That's my odds. And I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it.
I think it's gonna go like 2-2, and then we're gonna be in penalties.
For Daniel's sake, I really hope Colombia does win, because if they don't, I'm gonna.
Yeah, we're right.
he's gonna like.
I'll lose it.
Yeah.
People know.
It's not gonna be a good night for me and Daniel.
I'm very passionate about the motherland.
No, guys. Before we jump into music talk, I always get this flashback back to the World Cup, the last one, where I don't really watch soccer games until the end. Like, I just want to see what happens, that final goal, whatever. And it was Argentina versus I don't remember who else. My mom was so sick. She was sitting there waiting for me to take her to urgent care. And
Wasn't it France?
maybe. I don't remember who else it was, but I remember just watching it and I was like, hold on, it's gonna be over in like 10 minutes. And that got stretched out so long because of the penalties. My mom's it like went past an hour, and my mom is sitting there on the couch, eye infection, ear infection, just dying. I know that as soon as it was done, I was like, all right, let's go get you some medicine.
Shoot, man.
I know it was important though. You need to see that last couple minutes of the game.
I always get to it.
But anyways, guys, tell me a little bit about Viscaya, how it got started.
Set up. Want to go?
So basically, the way that Viscaya started was, well, let's trace back to the band before Viscaya.
10 years ago.
10 years.
The pre-floor.
Like 2000.
This is how me and Danny met.
Okay.
Basically, he was down to play bass in a band, even though he had no idea how to play the instrument. He was just willing to, do whatever it took to make that happen, and we made that happen. And ever since then, me and him have been in contact with each other, doing music. And Viscaya is probably, let's say, 4-5 years old.
Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere 2019.
2019. It took us a long time to bring the birth of this guy, because we were at prior bands, I'll tell you a little story. So the day I graduated high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I asked myself, like, it's the most important thing. That's God in music. So I was like, God, please, send me a message that I should be doing this. And that's when he texted me, hey, do you want to play bass?
Oh, that's crazy.
I didn't have a bass. I took 2 buses. I took a bus like Skylink. Shout outs to my boy Louis. I'll never forget it. He let me borrow his bass. Long story short, the day I got the bass was the day I showed up for auditions, and it's been a ride ever since. It's always been me and Max.
Okay.
That's when he probably discovered that he really wanted to do the music. And when it comes to what you were saying about, God and religion, Danny, you're Catholic Christian.
I mean, I pray.
So he's super religious, but the rest of the band is
Not like crazy either, but it helps me get.
I think it's just a Latin thing.
Oh, it's
'Cause
right.
Yeah, because there's always a God present, and I grew up in a household where even if we didn't go to church, my mom says, I talk to God anywhere I am. I don't need to go to a church to do so, and he's with me wherever I am.
Yeah, no,
so I like to believe the higher power, whatever it is.
It plays a part in my life for sure.
Yeah.
Others,
And I think in general, anybody needs some sort of guidance. I don't care what God it is or what, but you need something to believe in.
Yeah.
So
And even if you don't, it's totally cool. You know what I mean? But, it's definitely played a big role in my life.
No. And what's left an impression on me is that one of my brothers was in the army, and he had talked to a therapist because, PTSD, traumatizing, whatever, while he was out in Afghanistan. And they told him, I need you to believe in something. I don't care if it's a tree, but you need to believe in whatever it is will keep you sane. That's my extent on
No,
religion.
for
I don't
sure.
care
I
what people
definitely
do.
empathize with that. I've had some cool nights where it's like, shoot,
you need something
Yeah.
some sort of, motivation.
Yeah, no, for sure. Meaningful. Making music for me is a gift. It's the one thing that has saved me, and that's the one thing I asked for the day I graduated high school. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I spent the last, 18 years listening to rock music, and it never occurred to me that I wanted to do music until the day I graduated.
That's awesome.
So
what's your point of view of the story? You texted him.
Well,
on a whim.
Well, yeah, it was crazy because back in that day, it was the whole big hair on your face, emo scene kind of look. So he just had that look, and me and the band at the time were like, oh, like what if we somehow got him involved? And he wanted to scream at first, which fast forward now, that's what he does, scream sings now, but. We're like, oh, all we have is, a bass position. And me and the other guitarists just basically, spend a couple nights, just hours.
I remember playing bass. Playing bass has been one of the best memories. I loved it so much.
You had one time where, like, your hand was bleeding.
Oh,
right?
we played a show at Propaganda.
Right.
Yeah. Which, side story, we actually opened up for Bad Omens before they got...
I was going to mention that because I saw that video and that was insane to me.
Yeah, no, it was really good. No, we got to meet the guys, super chill people, But I was playing bass at Propaganda. Long story short, I'm like in the middle of the set. I'm adrenaline rush, right? And I'm like, does my head feel kind of warm? The lights go on after the show and I had a white bass. All you see is just pouring red on it. And I'm like,
That's
Max,
so
check this out. This is so metal, dude. Look, this is sick.
We even took like a picture of it.
Okay, but like, was it like a nail that broke
Oh,
off?
dude, it was
or
gashing.
It was just him having so much fun that this whole area was just like rubbing against.
I remember the
And he was a new bass player too, so obviously part of the lack of experience probably added to it.
strings were so tight, but I was like playing the hell out of one thing.
No.
But yeah, fast forward now, he's the front man. That's what he always wanted to be since the beginning. So
Yeah, I mean, I always thought it would be a fun role, but for sure, playing bass has been one of the best experiences.
Right. And you picked it up at 18 years old, which is crazy. Or
17, 18.
17, 18, right.
Without no music, maybe I learned guitar a little bit in the 8th grade. But
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Okay. And Max, what you...
I've been playing guitar since I want to say 12. I remember it was skateboarding and guitar that were like the two things I got into, and then I started going more towards the guitar. And like most of my strongest abilities, I would say, is songwriting, and the technical aspect came along with it as time progressed, for sure. But Joey, our bass player, who's not here with us right now, not in this room here with us. Is he in the room with us now?
It was not about you.
Yeah, but he does a lot of our production, and
Yeah, Joseph
he's grown me technically as a...
Joseph has really helped us in the band. He's kind of like, he's a member in the band, but he also kind of like takes up managerial roles. And like he'll plan everything out. He'll plan the videos. He'll talk to the people we need to talk to. He'll schedule us to go in the studio. Like, I feel like Joseph has really brought organizations to the band, and that's something we're super grateful for. He plays his part very well. He's I would say he's like the brains of the band for sure with that.
Oh
Yeah, there's people who have like a natural knack of just being more organized and being able to do those things, and it's more natural to them. They're not like really stressed about it or putting in an effort.
Me, I just like to be in front of the mic, put me on stage. I like to make the music, I'm not too business savvy with that.
Yeah.
So I just like to show up and just make a killing every time. Let's go tell my mic.
yeah.
Right. And the cool thing about it is just having a group of people that kind of fill in where all those others are kind of lacking in whatever, because, we're all different pieces of the puzzle. That's so funny. The way that he's like being managerial, it reminds me, I take some dance classes and we have this one girl, and it's an older person in the class, but she's the manager. Like, send this in the group chat, organize this, or have a theme day.
And I can really say Joseph has really stepped up to the plate like many, many times.
Yeah.
Super grateful for that.
No, that's awesome. I want to talk about this show at Propaganda with Bad Omens because, like, backstory, I used to be like super heavy in the scene and into rock music. And when I went off to college, I went to FIU, and reggaeton just kind of took over my life.
Oh my God.
And then someday I woke up and I was like, hold on, I'm an emo kid at heart.
Good
And,
house music.
happens a lot.
It's crazy.
and then I got into Bad Omens recently, like probably like with the death of a peace of mind. How was it opening for them? I saw it played at prop, and I'm like, damn.
You know what was crazy about that too is like looking back on it, they were such a smaller band at that point in time. Like they were pretty
It was
much
still pretty big, quote unquote.
they were big, quote unquote.
But they were big playing propaganda. I mean, no shade on the venues, but it's not an arena.
No, and Propaganda is a great venue, of course, like you mentioned, but all the venues that were playing were like Propaganda, whereas now, you know, it's going to be at least 500 plus cap venues, whereas Propaganda is like, what, 200 at most? And
I don't even think Bad Omens plays Revolution. I think Revolution's like too small.
It would be, yeah.
it might actually be now. But the thing is, that experience was great because we met the bass player, and I was telling him like, hey, I love your guys' music, this and that. And they seemed like really humble dudes. So shout out to them. I feel like they deserve everything they have.
No, sure, without a doubt.
They came into the scene really hot, sounding like Bring Me the Horizon. That's what kind of made
Exit owns it one night.
Exit Wounds, yeah. And then they paved their own path from that. Most bands do that. You know, you start off sounding like someone, then you...
I mean, my biggest inspiration is Danny Warstown, and for someone to tell me, oh, you sound like him.
Yeah, we've done it.
Give it all to me, man.
Yeah, you have a lot of like vocal rhythms and cadences that are very Danny Warstock, Asking Alexander.
Love Ask Alexandra. Always want people like say, hey, because of their change, I'm like, wow, they're just maturing. I love asking so much.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, all those bands we used to listen to are definitely maturing because, Ask Alexandra has changed.
No one's
I mean,
saying it's 20 older life.
No, exactly. I love the switch that Pierce the Veil has made personally. Bad Omens with the Death of a Peace of Mind album, because I did go, so they started in like 2015. I was out of the scene probably like 2013, 2014. 2014, let's say. So I didn't really catch on to Bad Omens when they came out or whatever. But that album, it changes your brain chemistry. Like it is just cocaine and music. Like
That's a hell of a comparison. You know,
No bad song. That's pretty good. Sure.
yeah, I had that album on repeat for a hot minute, and then I was reading you guys' bio, and it was like they opened up for Bad Omens, and I'm like, wait, hold on, what? Fact checking on
It
YouTube.
was fantastic.
It was cool opening up for them, Betraying the Martyrs, and it's funny you mentioned Danny Warstock too, because we opened for what was it, the solo country tour. That was
really good.
He's that's country.
Yeah, it's really good music. Shades of Blue, my God.
It's not bad. It's not
Eddie Warstock makes fantastic music.
I have nothing against country. Country's making
I love it. I
a
love
hit. Yeah.
this.
Uh-oh.
Why? He doesn't like country too much.
I mean, I like that. There's like a few songs. There's like a Willie Nelson song, and then and then there's the key, like something about I keyed his car. But that's
Carrie
like,
Underwood on
that song. That's it. That's all I fuck with. That's pretty much it. I don't know if we can curse on.
Yeah, you can. It's fine. It won't be bleeped out though.
He's gonna start cussing up a store.
That's fine.
You gotta limit this guy. He likes to.
I learned what all.
You got 3 cuss words a minute. What was I gonna say? AI country on TikTok. Have you heard those?
Oh, I had to delete my TikTok.
No,
I
people.
deleted my Twitter.
Wait, you did really? You did it?
Dude, I had to.
I didn't
It
know
was
about
just like
this.
make me like fucking.
Really?
I swear to God, dude, brain rot is real.
Pain rod.
You don't know real brain rot until people ask ChatGPT to make a hit country song,
And it works. Oh my.
and it's so funny. It was top tier comedy. I definitely recommend you at least look it up on YouTube to see them.
No promises.
No, it's like a series of 20-something songs. Like, it's insane. They were dedicated to the bit.
So I'm just now discovering that you deleted your TikTok from Twitter.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had to, man. It was just too much. Like, I already have Instagram. I had YouTube. It's like, dude, it's like,
So you're
take some number on.
you're scrolling somewhere.
We gotta
Yeah.
scroll. We gotta write music, bro. I gotta focus. I need to be sharp between the eyes. I can't just.
Just ask ChatGPT to make it for you. Like, people are doing it with the country songs. Yeah.
The way AI just came out of nowhere.
Oh, it's terrifying. I hate it. Except for those few and far between funny bits.
Craziest thing, man. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
There's some stuff with AI where like you can see that there's some human aspects that are lacking, though. Like,
I mean, you know, it's
how did it catch AI once? I forgot. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the things that it like can't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it won't show you a Big Mac without pickles.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you ask ChatGPT, show me a Big Mac or a Whopper. I don't remember which burger it was.
Without pickles.
It shows you the burger, and you're like, take out the pickles, and it'll be like, here it is without pickles, but it still has
because I
pickles.
wouldn't use AI to look at burgers.
It's just fun to find the little holes of like the things it can't do. It can't show you ramen without chopsticks. Yeah, you tell it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, these people come out with like messed up.
Exactly, and the images are all blurred.
Yeah.
I've seen.
I really feel like AI, like we've seen nothing yet, bro. It's
No.
gonna get so crazy. It's gonna be just a tool. I'm telling you right now. I feel like AI is like, it's not as scary as people make it out to be. I just think it's gonna be like a plugin that everyone uses, like an assistant for like an your.
Didn't you guys hear the other day that there was a robot that committed suicide?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
I've heard of them like having to shut down robots and started speaking like to
No.
like other computers.
This was a robot that legit said, I'm done, I'm out. And it
Dude, it sounds like a movie, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like iRobot.
No, all that stuff terrifies the hell out of me.
It's crazy.
When I had spoken to the Flirt on a catch-up episode a while ago, they had told me that they used Cassie used ChatGPT to help with the songwriting process of the single they were dropping.
Nice.
Where it kind of helped her get a little guideline of like, hey, I might use this or pick up that. Right. I wanted to ask you guys the songwriting process. I don't think you use AI, but how do you guys go about it?
So basically, when it comes to vocals, I'll just say I like to work a lot with Joseph. I feel like Joseph really brings out the best in me because there's been times where I go in the studio, I promise you, no sleep, I feel like crap, I just feel at my worst. But whenever I team up with Joseph when it comes to songwriting, I feel like he always brings out the best in me. He's kind of like my coach in that respect. So, you know, I've had songs where, you know, I've written myself. Joseph has had songs where he writes by himself, and we have a lot of songs where we do a lot of collaboration. But where I have the most fun is writing with Joseph because it's just fun. You know what I mean? Like he has a studio at his place, a really good setup. And, you know, I like to say, like, if something's not broken, don't fix it. You know what I mean? So it's not like we complicate things. But whenever I come up with no ideas, Joseph helps me out. Whenever I come in with ideas, Joseph helps me out. So it's really good.
Yeah, he's right, because Joseph also does the same thing with me, where we'll write together and we'll have like the bass of the instrumental for him. But then there's times where I'll go cook something up with Danny. We have a new song coming out.
Yeah, we write a lot.
Yeah, that's from a grouping of those songs. So it goes a lot of ways. It could be me and Daniel, me and Joey, me and Lorenzo. The song God's Before.
I love that song so much.
Yeah, that one, God's Before Me. Lorenzo was actually the main writer for that one.
It was one of my
because it is a very rhythmic song. So his drums were like the base of everything, you know.
What would you say is your favorite key to play in?
Probably C minor or F minor.
You write a lot in like drop C.
Yeah, C minor and F minor.
Because Max actually told me this a couple of years ago. It's like drop C is one of the best keys to write because you could be melodic and still be heavy.
It's the best tuning.
That's tuning.
Guitar tuning, yeah, drop C, because it's like a middle ground between heavy and melodic. Because once you start going past like drop A, then
it gets a little bit more narrowed down.
Yeah, spaghetti strings.
And then sure.
Spaghetti strings?
Yeah, I played spaghetti strings before. There's something just so...
Something feels good about that, but it doesn't sound good.
I've never heard that before.
Spaghetti string.
No,
And I'll tune the heck and just let them think.
that's interesting. I've been getting a lot of music theory today, especially with the talk now with the course and stuff, because I just had a Dave from a museum give me like a crash course on music theory, so I feel 10 times smarter walking out of here today.
It's a lot easier just learning the basics.
Right, but it's very intimidating. And
For sure, without a doubt. I'm still learning things every day.
Exactly, and I think that's the reality of making music and just being creative. I love the dynamic of you guys songwriting, that it's kind of like it doesn't rely on one person. It's whoever has something to bring to the table.
Although we can, Joseph can be like, hey, listen, you guys think about this, or I'll make a song at home that consisted of 2 guitar lines, and then I'll finish it, and then send it to the chat, and the chat will be like, bro, this is amazing, and I was like, bro, this is a joke. Like, I wasn't, you know what I mean? So it's really a case by case.
But you're right. It is very like whatever we're feeling at the time. Whoever has the best to bring to the table. It's not like, oh, this guy said
It's got to be like this, it's got to be like that now.
Yeah.
Whatever somebody brings to the table.
Right. Or even without us going as far as dictating, you do this or you do that, everybody's just kind of taking the reins into whatever they're feeling. And I think that creates a happier environment too.
We definitely, yeah, it's very important. We definitely collaborate really well. You know, there's been moments where,
oh yeah,
we clash with ideas. Bro, it happens. You know, we're only human.
Every band is gonna be clashing about something.
And
it's always gonna be like a petty little bell or you know,
or the pinch harmonics,
or like a pinch harmonic, something that's very minuscule to like just
or no, those panic chords, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Panic
See, we're already oh yeah, that's like what we call like diminished ninths.
I don't know what that is.
He doesn't know music theory, but he knows enough to.
I know enough. I'm not like
he's not clueless.
Not
he knows what key is.
I know what's good and what's bad.
That's so funny though. I'm thinking like, cause you're saying, oh, it's over the smallest thing, like a little bell or something. And usually those are like the highlights of a song to the listener. That's like, oh my God.
It'll drive me.
Yeah, it's
literally that. It's like 2 seconds and I'll just flip out on the channel like, bro, get out, come on.
Oh yeah, you're definitely like that reminds me of what was it? The There's No Sin in Sincerity EP.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, there was a couple of stuff in there.
We were working with a producer who, to this day, you know, no hate, whatever, the EP, it's
all the
beautiful,
hate.
go listen to it. There's no sincerity.
Got shady in here. Let's cover up.
It got shady. It's about to get really shady in here, bro. Let me just, you know.
Yeah, don't say the name.
But, so basically what happened was we got track back, right? And there was something like, here's the recording, here's the instruments. It was like kind of going like that.
Oh.
And I swear to God, I was right about it the whole time. I ended up being right about it. But the whole like thing about working with them was like, it was just freaky. Because I'm telling producers something is wrong. You know what I mean? It's not something you hear about all the time.
Yeah.
Mind you, it was one song, one part. They snapped on the rest of the EP. Like, they did an amazing job. But that one part, it was just like a specific rhythm that we were going for that just wasn't happening.
They say perfection doesn't exist, but I think it does. I think it does, and I will like stand on that.
I think perfection is something that's going to be subjective, but if you have a vision in mind, obviously that's what you need it to be, not
of
just...
course. I'm a very particular person when it comes to music. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, and then I think that the bigger musicians, even when you get to like big stars like Shakira or whatever, they're very particular about every little detail of these things. And then they look back 20 years later and they're like, oh my God, it was awful. And it's like, what are you talking about? That was
happens all the time.
I just watched her Hot Wings episode and she was like, I overdid it. And I'm like, what do you mean? Give me extra. You haven't watched Hot Wings?
Well, I've seen Hot Wings, but not her episode.
No, yeah, she had a...
Is it recent?
Yeah. Yeah, it was probably like a month or 2 ago.
Okay.
I got like stuck in a little loophole because I'm big into the pop girlies right now, like Sabrina Carpenter and stuff, and they all did them. Sydney Sweeney did one.
Oh shoot!
You know, I got that effect on my Spotify with her "Please Please" song getting recommended like for pretty much anything.
Yeah,
I've noticed that, but it's a good song. I can't even complain. It's not like when U2 forced us to buy the album on iTunes.
No, it wasn't even bought. It just
That was a
showed
good
up.
album.
Oh, it just showed up.
It just
You
showed up.
like that album?
So good.
I was so pissed that it
Every
came
break
to my
wave.
I could not name a song from there because I refused to listen.
I felt so invaded that I didn't even listen to it.
I gave it a chance and I'm like, bro, this is sick.
No. But
Is it actually good? I
Give it a shark to build song.
I think
We're gonna play it in the car. First thing's gonna sit.
I think maturing is just realizing you can like every type of music and not just be stuck onto
For sure,
whatever.
without a doubt.
Because as a teen in my scene and emo phase, I was very much like, if it's not heavy, I don't want to listen to it.
But
If it doesn't scream.
that's how I used to be. Like I used to be like religiously only into metal, and I love metal. But when you spend like years writing it, you know, naturally you kind of dive into like other genres too. I love house music.
House music? That's the one thing.
I love Ultra. I've been to
I
DC.
think it's because you're on South Beach. That's Miami doing
You know,
that
all
too.
my friends, they live in like Hollywood, and the scene there is very prominent. But when you're on South Beach, it's electronic music day in and out.
It's funny that you guys mentioned that about the multiple genres, because what was it, like a few releases ago? That was like a homework that Joey had for me. He was like, oh, you know, like, make sure that you're listening to more than just like the new rock, metalcore, whatever you have it.
You got to listen to like electronic.
You were the one who actually got me more into electronic. Rap and hip hop I've always loved, so. But I've been getting into more reggaeton for sure.
Yeah, when it comes to other genres, electronic music for me just.
Yes. Well, I can't get into plain electronic, but electro pop, bumping, fantastic.
Do you like hyperpop?
I think that's what my boyfriend listens to. So yeah, to some extent, because he listens to a lot of like Dream and then I think hyperpop. It's all in the car.
Blade.
Oh.
Blade is hyperpop.
Oh, Blade. I don't know if that's hyperpop.
Maybe it's.
Yeah, that's just
That's
just Blade. That's just like Drake.
Blade is just Blade.
I'll check that out though if it's something cool.
Yeah, you'll like it too for sure. I would think.
Yeah, no, I mean, growing up in maturity is just liking every genre of music and letting go of that. What are people gonna think of me for
that you always
listening?
hang on to when you're younger. Yeah.
No, I'm still angsty. When I feel angsty, I put on angsty. I put on the story
We
so
always keep
far.
a little bit of that.
Yeah, but like, I've been just streaming Submarine by the Marias for the last 2 weeks. Like, oh my God, it's beautiful. And then, you have your moods for everything. I want to hear a little bit about you guys. This scene and emo phases. I'm not even gonna ask if you had one because I know you did.
How can you tell?
There's some people that I'm like, how was your scene and emo phase? They're like, I didn't go through one. And then the person next to one's like, dude, you did.
I never got out of it.
Yeah, right?
I had to get a haircut. Yeah, sure, but
How was it 15 years ago?
I feel like the dynamic has changed so much. You know, when it comes to like being in a band these days, I feel like back then it was MTV. What was that show called? Headbangers Ball. That's it. Like everything was on TV, everything was on MySpace, everything was on the internet. But the way you have social media now, you see, like, I'm a musician at heart. I like to make music. I tend not to like to do the whole content creation thing, which Joseph helps me out so much with.
Being an influencer.
But I mean, I remember like Warped Tour is gone now.
I know.
It was so raw and emotional. There was just something about being under the sun at like 11 a.m. listening to like a mirror, bro.
I wouldn't survive Warped Tour in this summer. I genuinely.
It was crazy.
Being.
This
I
summer.
remember you having like a little heat stroke kind of thing one year.
Oh, I got too lit.
You were too
Couple too many drinks.
sun.
It was something else.
No.
It was good times, and I feel like obviously the dynamic will continue to change, but I feel like there was just something so beautiful about the 2008, 2006 to 2013 era that was just.
Yeah, you see, I know more about that, 2013 to 2016 era, and I'll say for sure that, like, that 2008, 9, whatever you want to call it, that was, like, the peak era where it was definitely, like, hitting the mainstream and all that, and then during the 13 to 16, that's when it was kind of, like, kind of having a resurgence. But one thing I did notice is that now I feel like that scene is even stronger than ever. I mean, because I remember us being in high school being like, oh, like, where can we find these kind of people?
I wanted to be your friend because you knew who Ben Bruce was. I was like,
you were like the only person.
I was like about to graduate, and then I'm making friends with like the sophomores and the freshmen. You were a freshman.
Yeah, because they're knowing about all that.
And I'm just like, what are all these emo? Where were these kids when I was like a freshman?
And that's probably happening now with this new wave. Like, the new wave is pretty strong, I would say.
I hate to be a hater about it though, because I mean, the reason I had people that kind of like that same music too is because I had a radio station at my high school. And it was alternative radio station. So I was talking to people who liked rock, who liked metal, who liked the ska and everything, and that introduced me to a new world of music. I was already into some heavy stuff in middle school, but when I got there, that's when I got into that. But this new wave, I hate to be a hater, but they're annoying as shit. Like,
Can they? I mean, I don't know anything.
I went to Blink 182. Pierceville was opening, so I'm like, this is amazing, you know, I can best of both worlds, right?
Lineup right there.
And I got some girls behind me that Pierceville singing stuff from Collide with the Sky and their newest album,
If you like to know where this is going.
Jaws of Life. And behind me, the only thing they're saying is, are they going to play King for a Day yet? Are they going to play? And I'm like, girl, have you listened to the rest of the discography? Like, these people are geniuses.
Yeah, that. You see, that sucks for a band. Like, hearing that from a fan base for a band like Pierce the Veil, because, like, for example, like Papa Roach, Last Resort, I get it, because it's like that song not only was overplayed on the radio, but it's also maybe one of their best songs. I don't know, whatever. Forget about Papa Roach, but Pierce the Veil, they literally have so many better songs than King for a Day. I love
King for a Day anymore because of the hype around it. Like, it's annoying.
It has like 1 billion views on YouTube, so that's part of it. It's like a huge cultural.
That's how I feel about. I'm gonna say this on camera. That's how I feel about Forever Wasn't Enough.
Really?
Our song,
Really?
because for me, I feel like we've grown so much. You know what I mean? I definitely have like.
Especially from the auto tune, for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, and bro, Forever Wasn't Enough is such a good song. It was like a hit song. It was a song that got us to where we are today.
Yeah.
And Max loves playing it live. I'm like,
It's fun.
we gotta move on from this. He's like, not a chance, bro. Everyone loves this song.
Well, you have to play your biggest song live.
So this.
You have to. Because I remember going to see Panic, and he was acting like he was going to leave without singing I Write Sins, Not Tragedies. And it's like, dude, come on. We know you're not leaving without that.
But you know, Asking used to not play the final episode for
The same thing. I understand Danny when he says that. You know?
But now he plays it all the time.
Oh, well then, shoot. You know?
Yeah.
So it sounds like you got to keep playing your song all the time. I think I get it can be annoying, but on the other side, you got to be grateful for it, and people love it.
Always. And it's not that it's annoying per se. It's definitely not the word I would attach to it. I would just say, like,
You're tired of
a
it.
little bit. You know, we've grown so much.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was the song that brought us so many people up our lives.
Right. But it's like going back to Pierce the Veil too, whereas people are like King for a Day. There might be a crowd that's like, oh my God, where's Caraphanelia? Where's Besitos? Like, and did not give Jaws of Life that chance that it got. That when you listen to that album front to back, oof, it's one of my like favorite comfort albums at this point. Like, it is a beautiful sound. They matured in a way that it's like, I didn't think I would see them like this, but I love it. Yeah. So
I was shocked when I first heard Past the Nirvana, but then once I understood that, you know, like, listen to this not as someone who's expecting what they've done before, but listen to it as like, this is a new band.
Yeah.
It's a really good song.
yeah. It took a big step to walk away from Selfish Machines and just have an open mind to what's going on, which it still has similarities. It still has the
Bring
same.
the horizon. It's like day and night.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But what they're doing now set them apart in a completely different way, which, like, mad respect, dude. You're doing something amazing.
A lot of people, not a lot of people, a lot of bands in the rock scene do that, like Avenged Sevenfold too. They used to be like a pretty heavy metalcore band, and then their success came from switching it up to radio rock. So, you know.
I remember going to Paramore's concert too, and right before singing The Only Exception, Hayley Williams was going on about how they wanted to be heavy. Like, they even got invited to like a metal fest or whatever, and they're like, yeah, we're playing around all these heavy dudes, and she's like, it took some time to realize that that's not what we're supposed to do, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I see.
And this funky pop era for them has worked out in an incredible way too, that they still stay relevant.
They have some really good songs from that era.
They're amazing. I mean, I love Paramore from beginning to end. I think they're doing great stuff.
One thing for sure I haven't run out of is the heaviness. Just it's always gonna be a part of my life.
Right. But then some days you got some country on, and that's okay, too.
maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, heaviness is back too.
I've thought about it.
Yeah.
I've thought about the country. I've thought about
Fusion.
the country many times. You
We're
know?
in genre fusion mode.
All it takes is one trip to Key West, and I'm like,
Yeah, look at that, the New Falling in Reverse song.
Oh no, no.
What is the country?
I'll be glad you didn't.
What is it?
It's like country with jelly roll, and it's got like a data remote kind of breakdown.
I haven't heard it, but I refuse at this point because every time I go back to listen to Falling in Reverse, I'm disappointed.
I like to stretch the limits of my abilities, but you know.
Yeah, that might be.
Nothing.
Hey, check it out though. It might be.
It might be yours. Yeah. All right, guys. We usually close out these episodes with something I call the ick list.
Oh, the is.
The ick list. So I'm gonna read you some icks, and you have to tell me if you think it is a red flag, a beige flag, or a green flag. Beige flag is like, I can see why it bothers someone, but I'm okay with it.
Okay,
you know?
let's do it.
Having bad teeth.
Red flag.
A little louder. So
It's a red flag.
there you go.
That's.
I'm gonna say beige because maybe they can't afford. They can't afford.
Races are expensive.
Yeah, so are veneers. But beige. I'm going beige.
I'm going beige because it depends on how bad it is.
Huh.
Like if it's bad where it's like, okay, that's a little endearing, that makes you unique, fine. But if it's like train wreck, pelea de perros, like we say, double texting.
Oh, I do.
Oh man.
I do that.
I'm gonna say
So I
red
don't
flag.
even. Yeah, it is a red flag, but I do it myself. So
I do it too. I think it's a
That's so good.
breathing heavily.
I do that sometimes. I'm gonna say red just because that might be like a health concern.
Yeah. Those car rides for like 8 hours, window all the way up, just like
Yeah,
I'm kind of losing it over here.
yeah. His famous quote is, "Oh, you guys need oxygen."
Oh shit, I lost it. Hold on. Where'd it go?
Another dick.
Clapping when an airplane lands.
Oh, dude, red is. Yeah, that's. I haven't witnessed it. And my God, if you do that with me on like an international flight, dude.
Right?
I don't know because sometimes
This guy claps too.
yeah, sometimes the clap is nice after like a couple canceled rerounds.
Oh my God, dude.
Just like
3-hour deadline flight, just hit him with the.
That's the last thing I want to hear.
Oh man, it's too funny, bro. It's so good.
Eating and talking at the same time.
red.
That's good.
Super red.
That's a red flag.
Just because you can control that,
You can't control clapping.
I just can't hold it in, really.
Wanting to share food on the first date.
Does that mean like splitting the bill or?
No, like you order food and they want to share food.
Oh, that's like. They want to share food with you?
That's a green flag.
Yeah,
Maybe
we're
it's
like-
because we're guys.
Yeah, we're guys.
Like when I go to a restaurant, I expect to like
We don't share the order.
when I go to a restaurant, like I order with intentions to share. Like everybody orders something different.
no,
and we try. But my boyfriend is the kind that's like, I ordered this for me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like, can I steal some of that?
We look after each other in this game.
And last one, having an Instagram account for their pet.
That sounds super red flag.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm not following it. I mean,
Wow.
you don't see Mocha and
Yeah, I have two
Buddy over
daughters.
years Instagram accounts.
Yeah. I remember,
Beige, whatever.
I remember I did have a friend who made an Instagram account for his cat once, and I followed it. So it's. But in this day and age, it's a red flag for sure. I'm talking about like years ago.
Remember that Mako shark account you had? I didn't know it was yours.
The what?
The Mako shark. Remember you were in college?
Oh
Yeah, this guy was like an activist for like Mako sharks. Well, not an activist.
Mako.
A fan?
It's not really a pet account, but it's like more spreading awareness for Mako sharks. And I was like, follow, bro. This is a
Oh,
movement.
that's right, and helping the oceans too. Yeah, it was like
Environment and wildlife.
I know what he's talking about. He's talking about a burner account that just had like sharks.
You just unlocked a memory
Yeah,
for him.
why are you saying
That was a good account. And then when I didn't see any activity, I was like,
Oh,
this
Goodbye.
guy went on to another movement. No more.
Oh,
saving oceans?
Pet accounts are a beige flag for me because if it's so popular that your pet has like 1 million followers and you're now monetizing, it's like, get your bag. That's so cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But if it's like just really bad blurry pictures of your pet for no reason, those are just for your camera.
So green flag for any? Oh, right. Sharing food. Sharing food. Yeah. What's green?
All
What's
right.
green?
Guys, this is your shameless plug moment. Let that camera know everything they need to know about Viscaya.
Listen to Viscaya. Check us out on all social media platforms. Don't forget, we love each and every one of you guys so damn much from the beginning all the way to the end. If it wasn't for you guys, none of this would have been possible. We always love you guys.
And shout out to Senior Citizen Podcast. The setup is absolutely amazing.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate you. Follow us on all social media at Viscaya Official everywhere. Stream us everywhere: Apple, Deezer, Spotify. You know what? Tidal.
We got it all, baby. We got it all.
Viscaya, check us out.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. This was a great chat. I think we're on the same like music wavelength. I'm excited to see what you come up with next. I think that EP was coming soon if I'm not having a brain fart.
We have a couple singles
Coming out soon. Okay, we have singles coming out soon. You guys make sure to follow Viscaya to stay tuned on whatever's coming out soon, and follow us on the Senior Citizen Podcast. We will see each other next week.